There we go. Alrighty then. Welcome, chat. It is our fifth live stream, our fifth session of playing Dead Cells on stream. Let me see here. Where am I currently? I don't even remember the last area that we stopped at. I think it was... Okay, Clock Room. Perfect. I'm full health right now. Everything looks good so far. Not bad, not bad. Alright, let's head out. Clock room time, baby. Okay, so this is the boss battle, right? And I think last time we actually died to this boss. So... how about this time, let's try not to die to this boss. I think that's a grand idea. Let's do that, shall we? Okay, so remember, we should be using our skills and abilities as often as we possibly can, and making sure that we heal up when we have the chance to. So, let's do this, shall we? Please don't let the run end here. If it ends here, I'm going to be quite sad about this, but oh well. Let's do it. Alright, big boy, let's do this. Ooh. Ow. Okay. Okay. Nope. Okay. Oh, did we beat him? Oh, we did. Nice. This won't end well. Oh yeah, he fucking vanishes like a little pussy. I remember that. Nice. Hell yeah. Okay, Ice Grenade 7. Let me actually check and see, is this an upgrade? Ooh, okay, yeah, it is an upgrade for sure. Nope, don't want that. What is this one? Classic Temporal Outfit. Interesting. Alright, next level. Well, we beat the Clock Master, or whatever he wants to call himself. Very nice. Okay, that's fine. Hello there. Let's go ahead and dump 20 into here. Okay, very nice. Sorry there, Mr. Collector, I have no more cells. Right, I don't believe we have any extra mutations that we can add. High Peak Castle. What the heck is down here? Derelict Distillery. Have I been to this area before? I don't think so. I feel like this area is potentially dangerous. Reach the Derelict Distillery for the first time. Holy shit. Oh, okay. Interesting. Ow. This looks very dangerous. Ow. Barrel Launcher. Launches an explosive barrel and inflicts a critical hit if the barrel bounces off or has been reflected back and forth before exploding. Very interesting. Okay, wait a second. Oh, interesting. Okay. It's kind of annoying that I can't put this in the, like the knapsack or whatever. I really wish that that was possible. Ow. Not bad. Ow. What the hell? Oh my lord. Nice. Oh my lord. Yet another heal that I had to waste. Nice. Okay, that's one enemy taken care of. Where the heck is the other big guy? Oh. I literally have to run away from those guys in fear that they fucking just like explode on me and kill me. Ow, what the fuck? My god, these fucking things. They hurt. Okay. I mean, that kind of sort of worked. My god, what a fucking mess. Hard light sword. Is that 9? What do I currently have? Ooh, 3. Yeah, that would definitely be a major DPS upgrade for me. 1685. 1434. Ooh. Damn, okay, so here's like the problem that I have with these weapons here is that, so the ones that I currently have, they basically kind of heal me, right? Where if you take a look here, so yeah, basically the gun that I have, it basically allows me to kind of summon a toxic cloud, and that toxic cloud will heal me passively, right? Which is really, really nice. So damn, if I what do I take here? This is tricky. I think I have to take this one, right? Could I also buy this one and then... Yeah, I think I might have to do this. Okay, I have no more healing flasks left, which is really, really bad. Okay, this big guy really, really freaks me out. Two, 3, 4, 9 DPS. Ooh. Two, 3, 4, 9 versus 2, 2, 2, 9. Yeah, this is definitely an upgrade. Nope, 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 nope. I'm on life support. Holy moly, I am on life support. That's not good. Oh my lord. I should have used the, what's it called? That, like, tonic ability that gives you, like, some temporary health. But I think even then, I probably would have gotten destroyed. I was trying to, like, run through everything and jump through everything, but I couldn't get it. Oh boy. Yeah, that is tough. I feel like Assassin could be really, really good if you do get the invisible, sort of like ability, right? For the last time, my scissors are not made to cut hairs, especially not those of some rotting zombie. Blah, blah, blah. You never let me do anything anyway, and oh, a newcomer. Nice to meet you. I'm the tailor's daughter. I myself am studying to become a hairdresser. I was studying before all my teachers died, at least. Yeah, let's talk about that. Who has to take care of his daughter when the school is closed, huh? The education system of this island is not what it once was. Okay, Bomber. At least I beg you to help her work on her studies. Ask her. She might be able to comb your green thingy. The fuck? Say again? Mr. Taylor, dude, I think you need to clarify a little bit there. I have no idea what you just said. Oh yeah, I can help you find your new style. But I forbid you from plunging my sewing scissors in that thing. Say what now? Classic head. Bobby head. Sure. Classic outfit, galaxy outfit, baguette outfit, retro, Santa Claus, winter, Bobby. I don't know, man. I feel like out of all of these ones, I really like the baguette one. Because it's literally a French moment. What's in here? Okay, that's very interesting. A giant snake. Oh, hi there. I'm not dead anymore. Welcome to my very own training room. Just pick your gear, choose your mutations, and go kill some enemies. Behind the first door, you can fight any enemy you have already encountered. There are also big doors at the back of the room, but I don't know where they lead. Okay. Oh, I think this boss is the very last boss that we managed to fight, and we died to this boss, so it's the furthest we've ever gotten. Oh, that's right. So one other thing that you know, I kind of learned about whenever I was watching Shockphobia stream. So Shockphobia, he mentioned to me that basically he owns all of the DLC for this game, and he told me, right? He said that if I don't own the DLC for Dead Cells, he highly recommends that I get the DLC as soon as possible because it unlocks a whole bunch of new content that is really extremely helpful and beneficial. And so, yeah, I told him that I was basically just waiting. You know, I was waiting for a sale to happen when I could get the DLC for a cheaper price, but yeah. Ah, a new challenger. Welcome to my proving grounds. Here you can fight your most formidable past enemies one after the other. Should you triumph, you'll receive wonderful rewards and the people, or what remains of them, will sing your praises for years to come. And if you find it too easy, your opponents have prepared new fighting techniques to surprise you. Try completing the challenge without getting hit. Go ahead, test your mettle. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what the fuck I just did, so dear Lord, please help me. Daily challenge, Ancient Sewers. So you've come in search of a little challenge. Here, only the best of the best, the creme de la creme, or should I say the elite of the elite, can manage to rack up a respectable score. Do you think you're up to it? In that case, head down and defeat this level's boss as fast as you can while scoring as many points as you can manage. You'll find some equipment to help you along the way, but some objects may be forbidden. The collector might have something to do with that, who can say? And don't forget, the shortest path isn't always the best. Ooh. Ooh, okay. I like this one. This one's really nice. Okay. Ooh, damn. Yikes. Looks like there was a time limit on that, which I didn't even realize. And also, I'm quite surprised that they, you know, take you back to the main menu screen. Back to entrance? Okay. Alrighty then. Twin daggers, throwing knife, cudgel. Ow. Alright, let's do it. Toxic sewers time, baby. Okay, we can take Ponchaku, we can take Ruby Amulet, or Ice Grenade. That's my choice. I had to get rid of the fucking weird, throwing knife things. Alright, next area. Okay, nice. Ooh, nice. All right, let's do that. Ooh, let's see. What is this good for? I guess backpack. Why not? Balanced blade. No, thank you. Throwing knife or sapphire key? Sure, I'll take the key. Don't have the money. Sorry, dude. Yeah, I think we took longer than we should have taken, but it's fine. Okay, do we want Pure Nail? Do we want Amulet? Or do we want Tonic? 460. Yeah, so that is a very powerful weapon for sure. Okay, hold on. Let me take a look here. So, Balanced Blade, it says plus 100% damage taken. So that means that enemies that smack me will do double the amount of damage that they normally do. I don't like that. Even though it does have a lifesteal passive, I feel like that lifesteal passive is not, like, it's not strong enough or valuable enough to counteract the double damage taken. So I'm gonna replace this weapon. Only 161 more needed. Very nice. Okay. Okay. That's a little bit better. I'll take that. Okay, we're taking combo. Don't need to drink that. Go all the way up here. Alright, chat. So, here's the dealio. I'm kind of like trying to think about this and plan ahead. Maybe, if I possibly can. So currently, at this moment, it is 12:20 a.m. in the morning. That means that there are... So it's going to be 40 minutes until 1 a.m., right? And I said at the beginning of my stream that I don't want to stream past 1 a.m. I want to try and cut off my stream at that time. Now, what I will say, admittedly, is that I feel like I spent a lot more time on Genshin today than I expected to. And also, I did take a little while to, you know, basically step away and take a bathroom break, right? So I do apologize for that. What I think I'll do, this is my plan, okay? If I end up dying on this run, if I end up getting to a point where I like face a boss or I'm running through a level and I end up dying and I have to reset, if that happens and if it is close to 1 a.m. in the morning, like let's say I end up dying at, I don't know, 1:46 or sorry, not 1:46, sorry. Let's say 12:46 a.m., right? If I end up dying at that point, I only have like what, 14 more minutes until 1 a.m. So I think at that point, I would go ahead and end stream for the time being, and we'll pick up where we left off on Tuesday. But if I end up dying sooner and we have plenty of time until 1 a.m., then I'll go ahead and continue playing until 1 a.m. But that is the game plan for the time being. How dare you fucking hit me? What? Fuck you. Cool story. Let's see here. There we go. Stun grenade. Ooh, that could come in handy. Ow. Well, that was fucking dumb. I don't know why I did that. Will you stop fucking smacking me? I swear to God. Please take me to the next area. I'm about to fucking die here, Jesus. Alright, there you go. 22. Alright, let's see here. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. There we go. Let's do this. Black Bridge, baby. Hello, Mr. Concierge. Wait. Okay. 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 Come on. Come on. Oh, my lord. Oh, that's so painful. I was so close. Like, oh, man. I think there were some moments there. Like, I think I did maybe potentially heal at the wrong time. But, yeah, I think another thing that I will say, without a doubt, so for me, the, what is it called? The kind of auxiliary weapon, the side ability that I had, which was I think it's called an infantry grenade or some bullshit like that. That weapon, or that, tool is just completely fucking useless. I don't like it at all, and I think it's like the most garbage thing that you could, possibly have on your character. I don't like it at all. So I feel like that did play a big part into, my performance overall. But that's just my opinion. Thought I fucking rolled behind him. Hello? Can you fucking jump, man? Jesus Christ. No. Not bad, not bad. Made it to the toxic sewers. Definitely don't want the grenade. The grenade is garbage. Alright, sewers time. I don't quite get what these crates are doing here, but so be it. Ooh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. That is good. A body and prisoner's clothes. Maybe he tried to escape through the sewers. He's got a lot of wounds, but he doesn't seem to be infected. Rest in peace. Indeed, buddy. R.I.P. Vorpan. I think I'll take whatever the heck this is. No. Not worth it. Ramparts time it is, baby. Hmm. $68 more. Getting closer and closer. Alright, Ramparts time. Let's do this. We've got about roughly 20 minutes until 1 a.m., so we can do this. Surely we survive for 20 minutes. If we can't survive for 20 minutes, then that'll be a very depressing time for me. Yeah, no. Back up we go. Let me heal up. Ow. Man, I think this is the first time where like the uh elevator to the Black Bridge was at the very end of the pathway, right? Let's see here. Oh, that's why. Okay. I was wondering what was going on. All right, let's do this. Black Bridge time. We are facing against the concierge, I think for the second time tonight. Nice. Ow. Nice. Let's fucking go, baby. That's what we like to see. Bone level 5. And then tonic level 5. Hmm. I think we'll keep the face flask. Um, okay, we'll do that. And then I think what we want to do as the goal is we want to basically we want to like remodify the face flask to release a toxic poison cloud. Oh wow, this is actually a step down. Very interesting. No thanks. Sure, let's do that. Sorry, Collector, I've got nothing for you. Perfect. Okay, yes, this is exactly what I need for this. And then we will upgrade. There we go. That is exactly what I needed. Perfect. I did have to re-roll twice, but that's fine. Nope, I am not going to the fucking bank. The bank is, like, one of the goddamn dangerous areas. I like... Every time that I've been there, I've died very relatively quickly. So, that's gonna be a very big no-no. What? Hello? Can I fucking jump properly? What? Alright, Clock Tower, finally. We made it. Unfortunately, we literally made it back to where we came from. Jesus Christ. Like, this was where we were at the very beginning of the stream. Which is, quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. Shit happens. Damn. Okay. Um. Yeah. So quite ironically, chat. I think this is a little bit of a coincidence, maybe, unless you don't believe in coincidences. Um. It is currently 12:59 a.m. and you know, we basically got back to the point where we were at the very beginning of this stream. So that is it's both hilarious but also depressingly sad. Um I think what I'm gonna do is, because today's Sunday and tomorrow's Monday and I have work, right? I'm gonna try to get as much sleep as I possibly can, and I'm gonna go ahead and end stream now. Um, yeah, I will say, like, I've streamed for almost a good 4 hours today. A little, just a tiny bit short of that. Um, yeah, unfortunately, a lot of it was taken up by Genshin, which, if you like Genshin, then that's not really problematic for you. But if you're here mainly for variety content like Dead Cells, then it is a bit of a bummer. But I do want to make sure that on Tuesday and on Thursday, whenever I return back in the next several days, I do want to make sure that I'm playing a lot more Dead Cells, right? Um, yeah, I'm trying to think, is there anything that I'm, like, anything else that I'm forgetting about? Let me see. Think. No, I think that's basically it. I mean, there's one thing that I could kind of just show you guys on stream. This is completely unrelated to Genshin. It's unrelated to Dead Cells. It's just something that, happened today that I wanted to share with you guys. So, basically, today, me and my family, we went out because we were planning on eating at a restaurant. We had this coupon, right? So our phone carrier that we use T-Mobile. They have this thing where every Tuesday they give out these, like, basically rewards or like coupons to the customers that use T-Mobile. And like, one common reward that you might see is you can go and rent a movie for free, right? So there's a system that we have here. There's a, like, this company called Redbox, right? And you can basically rent movies from them and watch them and return it, the next day or the next, after 2 days or whatever, right? And so, like, T-Mobile, they'll give you a coupon where it's like, oh, for this week you can rent a movie and you'll be discounted the price, like you won't have to pay for it, right? But it only lasts for one night, right? Like, you can only rent it for one night, and then after that one night, if you decide to keep it for longer, you will be charged extra. So some other, like, rewards or coupons that are quite common to see is T-Mobile will give, like, coupons to specific restaurants. A lot of the time it's like fast food restaurants, but sometimes it's, non-fast food. And so this week they had a promotion for they had a promotion for Denny's, right? Which is, for those of you who don't know, it's a restaurant that specializes in breakfast food. It's kind of like a breakfast diner restaurant. Now, what I will say about Denny's, in my personal opinion, I feel like Denny's is, well, to put it lightly, it's just not really that great of an establishment. They serve, I would say, very mediocre quality food, and they charge a price that I think is too expensive for the food. Yeah, it feels like Denny's is a very cheap restaurant that is trying to disguise itself as a fancy, expensive restaurant, when in fact it's not. So what ended up happening today is something that really does kind of, like, frustrate me and annoy me. But basically, so where I live in my city, we don't have a Denny's, and the closest Denny's is located, I think, around 7 to 8 miles away. So it's you have to drive for, I would say, a good 20 to 30 minutes minimum to get to the restaurant. So me and my family, we decided to go out. We drove to the restaurant about 20 to 30 minutes, and we arrive there and we sit down. And there's a server who comes over, and he's like, he's about to ask us, do we want anything to drink? Do we want to order our food, or do we need some time, right? And he takes a look at my phone, and he's like, what's that you got there? And I tell him, because, at first, when he asked the question, for a millisecond, I was really, really confused and was like, what is he referring to? What is he talking about? But then I made an educated guess, and I was like, oh, on my phone, I have a T-Mobile Tuesday coupon, right? And immediately, I feel like this guy has probably, encountered this situation, this scenario, multiple times already. Immediately when I say T-Mobile Tuesday, he says, oh, we don't have that here. We don't do that here. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, the coupon that you have, we don't accept it here. It doesn't work here. And he said something about how it's like only exclusive select locations take that coupon. And to me, that is just like ridiculously fucking dumb. Like, I don't understand the logic behind that, okay? Because here's the thing. So I remember my sibling, he actually he directly brought this up, and he said it himself. He said, when we went to that restaurant, there were plenty of people sitting down and eating food. And he said the goal of a restaurant or any sort of business establishment is to, kind of bring in more customers, right? More customers equals more profit, right? And so my brother was like, if Denny's was smart, if the restaurant was actually thinking logically, they would accept the coupon, because it would basically it would lead to a lot more people showing up and ordering food and giving them good business, and therefore increasing their profits, right? However, yeah, for some unknown, really dumb reason, this dude was like, yeah, sorry, we don't accept that coupon here, okay? And to give you guys just some context, this Denny's restaurant, this was the closest one to us, at about 7 to 8 miles away, about 20 to 30 minutes of a drive away, okay? All the other Denny's were located in various different cities that were further away, so 45 minutes away, an hour away, an hour 30 minutes away, whatever, right? There were other Denny's, but they were so much farther away that it was not worth it was not worth using the gas to drive a car to that restaurant. It was just, yeah, completely not at all worth it. And so, yeah, we, me and my family, we just decided then and there, we were like, okay, let's leave. We don't want to, eat here anymore. And, I will say that, my mother and my father, so I would say that, okay, my father, he was kind of sort of on the same page as me and my brother. He also agreed. He was like, let's get out of here. Let's not eat here. But my mom, she was kind of she was the main person in our family group that was like, maybe we should stay here and just eat some food and pay the regular price. Yeah, I think just that the biggest thing my mom didn't understand is, Denny's is not really it's not really a high quality restaurant, and the price of the food and everything, it's just not at all worth spending the money, right? You could easily go to any other kind of like breakfast diner, focused restaurant, right? Like you can think of like IHOP. There's probably other, miscellaneous breakfast diners that exist around the city. All those other restaurants very likely are higher quality and or they are more affordable than Denny's is with their prices. Um, and so yeah, we basically decided to leave the restaurant. And what we chose to do at that point, because we had no idea, the thing is, we drove out to go and eat at a restaurant. So I was like, we might as well go and find another place to eat at. And so we decided to go back to the city where we live in, right? And there's an area, there's a sort of a subsection of the city that I live in, and this subsection has a quite a decently sized, respectable mall that is located there. And this mall has like all sorts of things. They have a bunch of restaurants, right? There's a food court with a bunch of restaurants. There's a shopping center. You can go and buy groceries. There's like, I think, a massage parlor, or like there's a salon where you can like get your nails done, get your hair done, whatever. They have what else do they have? I know that they have actually a miniature kind of like branch of a library, right? So we have basically the place where I live. We have a library that is considered to be the county library, right? So the county that I live in, there are multiple different cities, but the library is considered to be a county library. So in each different city that is a part of the county, you will have different buildings of that same library. They all belong to the same group, right? So there was like a miniature library that was there. There's some like miscellaneous stores and whatnot, right? So we go to this this subsection of the city, and there's a restaurant. For those of you who maybe are familiar with the area that I live in, if you know it, then you know it. If you don't, then that's perfectly fine. There is a restaurant that a lot of people here really, really like, and they consider it to be like one of the best restaurants. And let me clarify, one of the best fast food restaurants. There's a restaurant called Dick's Burgers, and I know the name is hilarious. Like, I definitely do laugh at the name a lot, and I kind of think to myself, man, imagine having the name Dick. Like, that is such an unfortunate thing. But yeah, it's called Dick's Burgers, and they are considered to be kind of like one of the best fast food places. And the reason why is because the food that they serve, it's not like, obviously it's not gourmet, it's not like fine dining, but it's still good quality. And on top of that, it is typically cheaper than a lot of the other fast food places, so it's more affordable. So I would say about like a year ago, they basically opened up a brand new Dick's Burgers location nearby to where we were in that, subsection of our city. Because previously, Dick's Burgers, they were exclusively located in a different city, which was, like I said, this city is around, I would say, a 30-minute drive away minimum, right? That's with like, low traffic, basically no one on the roads. So yeah, before Dick's Burgers was kind of exclusively located in one city. Now they have opened up a new location in my city. So yeah, me and my family, we decided to drive to this area. We went and we got burgers. One thing that I will say is that I feel as if the Dick's Burgers that we bought from in our city, I feel like it's at least a little tiny bit more expensive than what was found in the original city where it was like previously exclusive to, right? Because I remember I would go to the one in the other city, and that Dick's Burgers, they would sell a burger. I think the price of a what they consider to be a deluxe burger, their best one. It was like no more than $4, right? So it was like $3 to $4 for that one, which is definitely a steal in my books. I feel like that's a fantastic price. But here in my city, when I went to go and buy the burgers, the deluxe burger was like $5.50 or something like that. So it was definitely a lot more expensive than I remember. And I was not a fan of that. But regardless, we got our food and we enjoyed some burgers. What we ended up doing is we ended up going into the food court, and we found some like chairs. We found a table where we could sit and eat our food peacefully. So yeah, that's what we did. And the thing is, so this mall that we went to, this area that we went to, there's a store there, a bookstore. And okay, I say bookstore, but like this retail store, they have a lot of different things, right? They have books, they have movies, they have, I think, video games. They also have like comic books, manga, anime. They have, I think they have like CDs and like, you know, music related products. So they sell all sorts of like basically media type things. And the cool thing about this business is that like basically I think all of the stuff that they sell, I'm pretty sure it has been donated by someone to the store. So it's like they're kind of, in a way, they're kind of used goods, but obviously like some of the, you know, items that they sell are good quality, right? They're not like worn out, they're not damaged, they're not broken, they're not you know, unusable, right? So you can find things that are practically near mint condition. You can also find things that are like super duper old and definitely look very worn out and very weathered. And so the kind of like, I would say the appeal of this business is that you know, the name of the store or whatever is half price, you know, whatever, right? So it's like basically they advertise and they sell to customers this idea that whatever price that you find for items there, it is going to be extremely cheaper than going to buy it brand new online or buying it from like another retail store that sells it at full retail price, right? So yeah, basically there's this like media store that is located in the mall area, and I decided after I finished my food that I wanted to go over there. And the reason why is because you know, this is kind of a not really a piece of information that I've really shared much about. So when I was younger, I actually, believe it or not, I used to be a very, very like active reader. I would love to read stories, and I read a lot of like fiction stuff. I love fiction. And there's a book series that I consider to be my number one personal favorite book series of all time, which is called Ranger's Apprentice. If anyone out there is interested in reading and loves fiction, especially if you love like, you know, fantasy, medieval fantasy, that type of stuff, go and check out that series. It's fucking amazing. So Ranger's Apprentice, I've read the entire series and I consider it to be like basically my all-time favorite. I kind of had this realization just randomly one day. I was thinking about the book series and I was like, you know what? I kind of want to start my own collection and I want to buy every single Ranger's Apprentice books. And I think that in total, there are 12 books in the series. And I think there might be one extra book that is not, it's kind of like sort of an extra, it's not really a part of the main series, but it's like an extra book that tells sort of these additional stories that did not fit into the main book series, right? So it's like a bonus final book, so to speak. And so yeah, my one of my like kind of desires or my goals in life is eventually I think I would like to collect the Ranger's Apprentice books, and ideally my hope is that I can collect all of them in hardcover, right? Because first of all, I very much prefer reading physical books rather than reading books, electronically on an iPad or on a Kindle or whatever. I don't really enjoy that. So physical books definitely are superior. And then also, if I'm going to be getting a physical copy of something, I want it to be something that lasts long and that is not fragile, right? That doesn't tear or break easily or get worn out easily, that sort of stuff. So yeah. In any case, I kind of wanted to check and see if that media store had the Ranger's Apprentice series or had any books from there that I could buy. So I went to go check out that store after I ate my food, and unfortunately I didn't find what I was looking for, but I was roaming around. I looked at a section which was labeled the clearance section, and I did actually find two books that I have read in the past, but I completely forgot. One of them I completely forgot about. Like, I didn't even remember it existed. But the other one that I found, it's one that I have read before. And the interesting thing is that, so the author of Ranger's Apprentice, he created this sort of like spin-off series that is kind of it exists, the story exists in the same world as Ranger's Apprentice, but it's following like a different cast of characters and it's telling a different type of story. And the spin-off series is called Brother Band Chronicles. And for anyone who is interested in kind of like fictional stories that revolve around like Vikings or like pirates or like basically anything involving like I would say anything involving ships and sailing. If you are that type of person who enjoys that sort of content, Brother Band Chronicles is actually a really, really well told story that involves elements of all of that, which I would highly recommend to anyone and everyone out there. I will say, I do think that Ranger's Apprentice as a series is definitely the superior one compared to Brother Band Chronicles, but both of them are very, very well told stories. I appreciate both. So yeah, I found one book from Brother Band Chronicles that I have read before in the past, and then the other one that I found is from a book series that, like I said, I completely forgot this existed, and it just reminded me of the good old days when I was young and I had this like vivid imagination and I would read these stories and I would be amazed by what I was reading. So let me grab these two books and show you guys. Cool. Okay. So this is the first book here. It's called Brother Band Chronicles. I know that the sticker is kind of like blocking it, but it's Brother Band Chronicles, and you can see it's got like this Viking type ship on the front. The author is John Flanagan, definitely an amazing author. This is okay, so it says it on the spine. This is book number 4 of the series. So they had it in paperback, and to be honest, I don't really love buying paperback, but this is a series that I really, really enjoy. And also, I don't know if you guys could tell by the sticker, but basically this this book was in the clearance section and it sold for $2. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. $2 for a book is definitely a bargain. So I bought this one. And then the second one is from a series that, like, I feel like this series is one that not a lot of people are familiar with. Even if you are someone who reads a lot of fiction, you may not have actually ever, discovered this series and may not be familiar with it. So there is an author by the name of Pseudonymous Bosch, right? So obviously you can tell that that's a fake name. That's, you know, a clever little author name that the person writing these stories came up with to hide their identity and make it mysterious. But yeah, basically Pseudonymous Bosch, he or she writes these stories that are basically these like mystery stories, right? And the cool thing about it is that, you know, obviously all of the different books in the series, they are all what's it called? They're all interconnected, right? Like they have to do with each other. Um and so it's like a continuous flowing storyline, but the thing that I really like about these books is that it's so creative, and the way that this author tells the stories, it's just so what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's so interesting to where you can't help but be curious and want to read more and find out and learn more. And yeah, like one other thing about this author is that you know, one kind of unique aspect of these books is that the author always finds the like most intriguing creative titles to put for the books, right? So for example, this book right here, I'll show you guys the spine because the sticker on the front, it's covering the title. It's, I don't know if the camera can actually see that. If you can't read that, I'll read it out to you. So the name of this book is If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. That's right, that's the title of the book. It's If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. And so there are 5 books total, apparently, in this series. At least as far as this book shows here, there's 5. And this book right here is number 2 of the series. So there's number 1, number 3, number 4, number 5 that I don't have. And I think that now that I have number 2, I do want to see if I can collect the rest of them. But yeah, this book or this series by this author, I would say without a doubt, whether you are someone who is, you know, like a young lad, you know, a young lass who is like, I don't know, maybe you're, let me say, what, 12 years old, or, you know, you could be 15 years old, or you could be, you know, 17 years old, 18 years old, whatever. No matter what age you are, I feel like anyone and everyone can enjoy this series and enjoy the writings of this author, because it's like it's a story, or it's, I guess, like multiple different, you know, books that are telling this continuous story, and it's just like it's one that can appeal to both young people and adults alike, right? It can appeal to both kids and adults, and it's something that I think is fascinating for anyone and everyone to experience. So I would definitely highly recommend this author, and highly recommend the books that he or she writes, you know. Yeah, and then like same case with Brother Band Chronicles, you know. Yeah, this book is in the same scenario where it's like, normally I don't buy paperback, and normally I would want to get, you know, the entire series, but this book was in the clearance section, again, $2, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, it's worth it. $2 is a steal, and if you actually like take a look at the 2 books that, you know, I'm holding in my hands, like, if you were to look at them in person, up close, you can kind of barely at all tell that these are used books, right? Like, they look pretty good in terms of the condition. Like, these could pass off as like new, and I don't see any like major damages to the book that like would really cause someone to not want to read the book or to want to throw it away or something like that, right? Like these are pretty nice condition for paperback, so I think that buying them was definitely worth the what, $4 total. Yeah, I feel like this was definitely a good deal. So anyways, just wanted to share that. I know it's not the most interesting thing, but there you have it. I don't know. Maybe now that I'm like, investing a little bit more into books, I'll perhaps be able to set some time aside to get back into reading, but we'll see. We'll see. In any case, chat, it is currently, wow, 1:30. Okay, so I need to shut up and I need to send you guys on a raid. Let me see if I can find someone who's online. Cool. Yeah, sounds good. Okay. It looks like Mr. OK Code is online, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and send you guys over to him as I usually do, and I'll dip on out. He is currently playing Black Desert Online. I personally don't really care about that game that much, so I'm probably gonna dip out real quick. But if you guys enjoy that gameplay, stick around Code's channel. If you don't, perfectly okay. Cool. So let me get this raid ready, and I'll also queue up the ending song. So let's see, that, okay. And then ending song, boom. We will go. Okay, please don't autoplay. Thank you. Volume. We'll do that. Okay. Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this brings us to the conclusion of our stream today. I hope you guys did enjoy the very minimal Dead Cells gameplay, as well as whatever nonsense we were up to in Genshin. As always, I will be returning on Tuesday, so about 2 days from now, 1.52 days from now. Until then, I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you, whether you were watching, are watching, will be watching. You are all fantastic people. Stay safe out there. Stay happy. Stay healthy. Yeah, drink lots of water. Make sure you guys keep yourselves hydrated. Eat lots of yummy, delicious food. Stay comfy and cozy. And I hope to see you guys during a future stream. But for now, this is going to be good night and farewell. And yeah, I'll send you guys off. All right. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
You didn't use guaranteed Kenstone? There's a guaranteed Kenstone? Wait, I have to equip them, right? I have to equip